Hey guys, I was just feeling to do a video on the lady who decided to have sex with 1,000 men in a day. The story stood out to me for obvious reasons, but also the fact that it happened in London. I think me and the girl who did this is a similar age to me, and you know, I almost grew up in London. So my parents are from London. They decided to move outside of London because they thought it would be safer to raise children elsewhere. So, me and her are similar age, and I could have been raised in London. So it's like this could have happened on my doorstep type of thing. It's like this could have been somebody I knew, somebody I grew up with, and they've decided to done this. It just shows how deep a particular culture has been, growing in the UK. If this happened overseas, I'd be like, wow, like the culture. I'd be like, wow, over there it's crazy, but I would think to myself, surely no one would do that in the UK. Surely in the UK we wouldn't do that. But I mean, guys, she's done it. Like I believe it started off with 100 men in a day, I think, and then now it's 1,000. I saw you know a headline on Google. It said she's thinking of doing a marathon now. Um, and I'm not really gonna go into the stuff that is obvious. Like we all know it's pretty disgusting, quite vile. We all know, you know, if a man she's interested in is potentially interested in her long term, he's gonna look at this as a part of her history, and he's gonna make assumptions based on that. We all know that. Do you know? I don't really want to talk about that because we all know. Do you know what I mean? But it's more like I think it's kind of like a outworking of the story we've told ourselves as a culture. So in culture, it's kind of like ladies get encouraged to sleep around, to have a period in their lives where they s- they should they should sleep around, um, and it's communicated that marriage with one person is boring. Some would say oppressive, um, slavery. I think somebody called it I think somebody called marriage a type of sex work, underpaid sex work, or whatever. I just think the story we tell ourselves about marriage, and saving yourself for marriage, leads to stuff like this. So I think a lot of people see marriage as slavery, as bondage. Like, how can you just be with one person? I've got to experience all of this stuff, and it's like I think you only see it that way because in society, we don't really honor marriage vows. Like people make marriage vows and break them. People say, till death do us part, for better for worse. They're just saying it. Do you know what I mean? They're just saying it. It sounds nice. It sounds like it's from a movie. It sounds poetic. They're just saying it. If people actually took that seriously, um, and meant it, honestly, marriage is one of the most beautiful things you can experience. Because if somebody truly means to death do us part, in sickness and in health, for rich and for poor, I'm gonna stay with you. I'm gonna choose you no matter what. That liberates you in a way. That liberates you to be your true self, knowing that you can show yourself to a person and they're not gonna leave. It means you don't have to put on a mask. It means that you don't have to be in performance mode. But in our culture, we get encouraged to you know, get in a relationship uh for more to serve yourself rather than to serve others. And regarding hookup culture, it's more of a performance thing. So you know, if you're gonna sleep around, it's like you're in performance mode, kind of. If you want to see that person again, because it's like you know that they could just find somebody else to do whatever with. But and even if you're looking for a one night stand, you're still kind of in performance mode. You're not really opening up because you mean obviously not because it's a one night stand. But even if you're just casually dating, um, and you're getting intimate, the intimacy is kind of will be linked to you just feeling I need to perform to please this person rather than just being fully open to show myself and to connect, knowing that this person isn't gonna leave. When there is the, possibility of them leaving, when the vows are absent in the situation, but you're still getting intimate with somebody like in bed, it's like you're lacking a bit of the beauty that's there, you know? The beauty of being able to be open with someone and know that they're gonna stay. Like when you link it to doing things in order to keep them rather than to express the love that you have for them, it just taint your view of sex a bit. Um, so they like, and ladies, it seems like ladies get encouraged to sleep around because it's seen as fun. Um, and it's like the alternative is bondage. But what I'm trying to say is the alternative isn't bondage, it's liberation to truly be yourself, relax, rest in the fact that somebody's promised that they're not gonna leave. Um, but sleeping around, it's like you're constantly in performance mode. Say if you get attached to someone, you've already given yourself to them. I mean, no guarantee they want to, keep giving themselves to you. It, we get encouraged to give our bodies to people, um, to become one in body, but not become one in life, not become one, in goals, finances, everything like you would in a marriage, but we're getting encouraged to be one in body. Do you know what I mean? So we're giving our body to people, but not all of ourselves to people. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, so I think ladies get encouraged to do this, and it can kind of taint your view of sex if you see it as a way to get something from a man, a way to prove yourself to be valuable to a man, rather just a way to express commitment, express love, express, truly be close to someone. Um, I saw in a little documentary this lady made. I've only seen clips, I haven't seen the whole thing, but I heard her say that she feels that she's only useful to a man, and I guess to a man, and I guess she feels to society at large. She's only good in bed. She's only good for sexual acts, and that's not the case. And it's a shame that she thinks that way. I remember her saying, I think this documentary was made when she slept with 100 men, not 1,000. But I think she said she only remembers like five of them. But I mean, she's had sex with 100 at the time. So it's like she don't even remember 95% of what you did that day. How is that even fun? It just makes sex like mechanical. You know what I mean? For lack of a better term, it's kind of vulgar, but for lack of a better term, it's literally one in, one out. It's just a numbers game. It's like put it in, put it out. Do you know what I mean? It becomes mechanical rather than emotional, rather than real. It's like, okay, let's get it done now. How is that fun? I, I mean, I'm not getting a sense that she really enjoyed it. Maybe it's just a response to people who have looked down on her and made her feel like she's not useful for anything but sex, and maybe she feels like, you know what, I'm gonna double down. If this is what you feel like I'm only good for, I'm gonna double down and go all in. Um, it's just a shame, like like the mechanics of it, and how you're gonna have to, just kind of dissociate a bit and just let people do that. Just let multiple guys per minute do that. I don't know. I think, but there's part of me that's like looking at the culture we've shown women, telling them that sleeping around is liberation. But if your liberation leads to things that aren't even enjoyable, aren't even, or only enjoyable temporarily, not long term, aren't gonna benefit you long term, and you're not really getting connection from, you're not really getting any sustenance from what you're doing. It's purely mechanical, it's purely logistics. And we're talking about sex here, like one of the most beautiful gifts we have being turned into a numbers game. Logistics, like, it's tragic. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like women get told that, sleeping around is liberation, but what good is that liberation if it leads to things that you're not even going to enjoy, that you won't even remember? Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. But I do really think it comes down to how we view marriage, though, how we view the alternative as slavery. But it's a commitment, it's not slavery. Do you know what I mean? Um, it's awkward because obviously she won a world record, so on paper it's a achievement. I mean, it's not an achievement because a lot of men would be willing to give you their body, but not willing to give you themselves. Does that make sense? They're willing to sleep with you, but not willing to be there for you. And it's like, we're not made for that. Do you know what I mean? We're not made for that. Um, and it's like, is this what ladies are meant to aspire to? Is this what sexual revolution has led to? Is this fun? Do you know what I mean? Not remembering 95%. I don't know. I mean, I know she didn't enjoy it. I hope she's okay. I think she's doing this like marathon, like sex marathon. So it could be multiple days rather than a day. And I'm like, I don't know. I think it's because in our society, we literally see, well, we get told that sex is the equivalent of a handshake, but it's not. If your boss told you, hey, I'm going to pay you extra, just give me a handshake before we start work, you might be like, that's a bit weird, but okay. If your boss was like, I'm going to pay you extra, but before we start work, me and you in the bathroom, me and you in the, do you know what I mean? We'd be like, yo, what do you mean? Like, it's odd because you're taking something beautiful, intimate, outside of its context and making it transactional. I think with this situation, we're taking something beautiful and making it mechanical and logistical, and I think it's tragic. I think it's tragic. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but I know she's doing this, probably out of brokenness, feeling like there's nothing else to do in an economy that's failed her as well. I think she was studying at university, and she knew that she can make more money doing this. And that's really our economy, government, all sorts failing us, to leave her in a situation like that. But honestly, I hope she's okay, and I just want to talk about this.